Yeah, do it one more time, baby.
You hear it?
Yep, we got it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Steve and Cedric talking to the band. And I'm Steve. What's happening, Cedric?
Hey, I'm Cedric. How y'all doing?
If you missed any of our previous episodes, we want you to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button to like those videos, and make sure you hit the alert button down below so you get a notification when we upload new content. Cedric, where else can they find us at, bro?
Oh, man, you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Steve and Cedric talking to the number 2 band. That's Steve and Cedric talking to the number 2 band on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out, y'all.
Man, Cedric, we are rocking with, man. The Prince of Soul, R&B, sophisticated soul, the ladies' teddy bear.
Yeah.
Man,
OMG. Yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you.
All that. Yeah.
All that. Mr. Will Downing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you had me looking over my shoulder. I was like, man, somebody else must be coming on the show. Hey, my man hit me with the James Brown intro, like Soul Brother number 1.
Oh, you, man. It's all you, man.
Thank you, brother.
It is, bro. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing real well, man. Enjoying myself, man. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, man. But glad to be here with you guys, making it do what it do. I appreciate you having me on your show, man. Glad to be here.
Man, it's an honor, brother. Definitely an honor.
Yes,
you got a new project out, Sophisticated Soul. 25 years, man.
Actually, more than 25 years. 25 albums.
25 albums.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
30 plus years. I know, man. I felt a gray hair coming into my mustache, even as I said that. I was like, 30 plus years. I hit it. Gray just came as 25 albums.
So
I'm look like Morgan Freeman in a minute. So the new project is my 25th album. It is a 8-song collection that we recorded during the pandemic, as most artists did. So we kind of Frankenstein, what we could together of 8 amazing songs, 7 original pieces, 1 remake. I did a remake of a classic song that was originally done on the Dreamgirls soundtrack. So if you ever saw the play, as a person, I was gonna say as a young person, because I'm thinking about myself. I remember seeing the play, and then seeing the movie, and then seeing the remake that they did with Jamie Foxx and Beyonce. So there's a song on there called "When I First Saw You" that Jamie Foxx sings. So I did a remake of that, or an interpretation of that, but obviously not the way Jamie did it, not the way the original was done. So it's a combination of the two, and I kind of Will Downingized it. I made it my own.
Wow.
Yeah. As you do with most songs.
I try.
Yeah,
hey, listen, I make a lot of people a lot of money. That's all I can tell you. When I do, people just call me and say thank you. It's like, hey man, you doing all right? I'm like, I'm doing good. They call me every 4 months. I guess they get a check every quarter, from a song that I recorded of theirs.
Wow. Right. I'm gonna tell you, man, because "Wishing on a Star," I would have never listened to that until you did it.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me tell you something.
Beautiful remake.
Man, thank you, man. But the original is what, gave me the inspiration to do my interpretation of it. So, I never take anything away from the original version or folks that have tried to do the song as well. I just hear it in my head a different way. So I just kind of, try to make it my own.
That is a jam. That's a jam, along with Fantasy and the others. But this new project, Sophisticated Soul, where's this music coming from, man? This writing and what do you want your audience to take away from it?
Well, you know what? It's pretty much an extension of what I've been doing for the last 30 plus years. I mean, if you were to go back and go to my very first record back in 1988 and put that on, which was self-titled, and if you put that on along with the latest release, they pretty much go hand in hand, man. I've been doing this kind of adult music, throughout my whole career. So, I learned from what I think is the very best to ever do it. So people like your Al Jarreaus, people like your Luther Vandrosses, your Anita Bakers, your OJs. So I'm kind of, an extension of that. So I try to stay true to myself, man. In the past, I've tried to incorporate kind of younger, more different things into it, and it didn't really work for me. So anytime I release an album, it's an extension of what I've done in the past, and I'm just trying to be a better me. So if I did a song on the last album, The Song Garden, and people really like that, I'm trying, okay, let me see if I can beat that song. Let me see if I can beat that feel. Let me see if I can make something work in tandem with that project. So that's always the goal. And I think we've done it on this album.
Wow, man, amazing.
Oh man,
I'll do a
wow.
little bit of it, man. It is fantastic.
Thank you.
Love it. Carol Riddick. That'll be
Oh, yeah, no, you said it
man,
right.
what is up? I mean, y'all have traveled together. She's an amazing singer. Talk to us a little bit about that relationship and how that all came about.
You know what? I can't remember how Carol and I met, but it was a long, long time ago. That's all I can tell you. Uh, but she has been singing like that. I mean, for those who are not hip to her, you might want to check her out. Go to maybe carolriddick.com or go to YouTube and punch her name up. And we've done a series of duets together over the years. And she also sings background with me as well. And when I do the classic song, Nothing's Ever Felt Like This, the song I did with Rochelle Farrell, when we
Ooh,
do it now
yeah.
live in concert, it's
Yes, sir.
normally Carol, or it might be like a Tracy Hamlin or someone like that. But, Carol, an unfreaking believable
Yeah.
vocalist. And man, and when we're on stage together, I mean, she pushes me to be the best me that I can be. So y'all need to check her out. For those who ain't hip to her, you need to get hip. Carol Riddick.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hey, well, man, your voice, man. After all these years, man, what's the key to keeping your voice so fresh in a world of, younger artists with the tenor voices? You have that low baritone. How were you able to keep that going so many years? And what's your approach to your vocals?
Well, your voice is your voice. My voice changed when I was about 14 years old to what you're hearing right now. Yeah, I was the freaky kid, like who can come up to the board? I'll come up to the board. So I've been speaking and singing like this since I was about 14, and blessed to have, I guess what people consider to be a very nice singing voice. When I was younger, I did have a higher voice. I mean, I used to, try to sing along with the Peabo Brysons and the Eddie Kendricks and the, Smokey Robinsons and all that of the world. But you got to work with what you get. You got to play the hand that you're dealt. So the way music has changed now, at least the way radio is playing music today, there aren't many baritones, which is what I am, left.
Right.
Or actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. We're out there, but we're not in fashion. So
Yeah.
I'm one of the few survivors myself, someone like a Gregory Porter. We're
Yeah.
like the ones that radio still embraces. So, you got to play the hand that you're dealt. If the lane is completely open, drive it down.
Take it. Yeah.
Nobody want to sing low. Y'all don't, okay, I'm the one. All right, well, cool, let's go. So that's what it is. And, people like it. The women think it's sexy, so we put the music around the voice, and the two meet, and God willing, everyone has a great night.
Do you think that low end style will ever come back to where it used to be? Because you had those crooners back in the day, man. I mean, you can just name them all, But do you think it'll ever come back?
Oh, without a doubt. Without everything that's old, for lack of a better phrase, becomes new again. I mean, the things are, they go in cycles. 1 minute, people are into slow songs, and then you're into something up tempo. Then we go back to slow songs, and as far as content, sometimes we're into conscious things, and then we sing about love, and then all of a sudden we go back to conscious, and we kind of go back and forth, and we go round and round. So it'll always be here. I'm sure that there'll be someone who is cursed with the same thing that I got cursed with at 14, and they'll incorporate the low voice along with whatever the sound of the day is. I mean, I got it from someone, the style from someone might potentially get it from me, and on and on and on and on and on and on. So it's never going to go anywhere. It's just, the right song has to be around the right vocal, and then it might become in vogue again. It might become in fashion. Yeah.
Are there any young artists out there that have that vocal style or that low end vocal that you've heard out there that you listen to?
Um, Off the top of my head, no. Still the high singing brothers are
Yeah,
still in
yeah,
charge.
yeah.
they,
Wow, man.
they're in charge right now. So Nas. But hey, but good for me.
I
Right,
know that's right. I hear you. I hear you
You
on
right,
that.
Yeah, you
right.
still feel
Yeah.
like you're unique. You still feel like there's a place in the world for you. So, hey man, I'm gonna ride this thing, until the wheels fall off, or what they say, this ain't gonna stop till the casket drops. So, hey, let's roll.
I tell you, man, I'm one of your biggest fans because I'm a baritone singer myself. But you do a lot of cover music,
Mhm.
and my thing is, what's your favorite tune to cover? Which one was your favorite tune to cover?
Well, you know what they all have been. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think that I could bring something to it, and that I thought was going to be, unique and go number one, or put plaques on my wall or whatever, or put some money in my pocket, or make
I
me
know
feel
that's
good, or
right.
make others feel good. So they have all kind of been like that. I mean, I've done Stevie Wonder songs. I've done Angela Bofill. She did "I Try," so I
Yeah,
did like the male
yeah.
interpretation of that song to represent the brothers in that case. So yeah, man, they've all been my favorites. I wouldn't have done them if I didn't think that I could bring something new to it that the audience hadn't heard before.
Yeah, I gotta say you absolutely killed the Shaka tune, man. I mean that
Oh man,
that
thank you.
oh wow. Oh my that you killed it, man. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you, thank
for
you,
Yeah.
sure.
thank you, thank you. Listen, I guess I should have jumped up on stage with her and Stephanie Mills the other day, and
Yeah, right.
kind of like in everlasting love. Come on, baby, got to give you. Come on, honey, in everlasting love.
Oh, you saw that too? You saw that?
I think everyone saw it.
Yeah, everybody saw
Oh
that
man,
one.
Yeah, I
man.
love her. I love her. But yeah, man, yeah, yeah.
Who
Wow.
would you like? Who would you like to do verses with?
I don't think it's a matter of who I'd like to do versus against. I think it would be what the public would like. I mean, it's odd, man. There's so few artists that started when I started that's still working or still doing
Yeah.
something. I mean, for
Mhm.
some strange reason, I mean, in some cases, some people have just passed away. So, that is what it is.
Let
But
me
some of
let me
the
throw a name.
artists,
Let me throw a name at you, Will. Freddie
okay,
Jackson. Freddie Jackson.
everyone says Fred. Everyone said, and I'll call him Fred. I call him Fred. I like to nudge him. Fred Jackson. Yeah, he's he's actually my daughter's godfather. So yeah, me and Freddie, we talk about it all the time. I think it would be a nice matchup. He's had more hits than I've had. I mean, Freddie had a ton of number one smashes. But hey man, I'd love to get up on stage and make it do what it do, and let the public decide. Come on, let's go. Knuckle up.
I hear you. I
Knuckle
know
up,
that's
fool.
right.
Let's go, fool.
Yeah, man.
I
That
want to
would be
change. I want to change paces a little bit. Something kind of near and dear to me. My dad passed away about 20 years ago of heart failure. And I read that that's something that's near and dear to your heart. Can you explain your involvement in the American Heart Association?
Yeah, years ago, the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, they were trying to up their profile and also to raise awareness in the African American community with Black folk. All right. So they were
Yeah.
calling upon artists and they were calling upon actors and things of that nature to kind of do like these public service announcements. So they'd have you come in and you read this thing and you look at the camera and in hopes that it would motivate someone to kind of raise their awareness as far as heart health is concerned. All right, so they called me to do one, and I was reading it, and it kind of hit me, because my grandmother, when I was very young, had a massive stroke. So we
Mm.
would go see her every summer. She lived in the South. I live in the Northeast in New York. And we would go every summer to go see her. And I remember her being this vibrant woman, always up and doing her thing. And then she had this massive stroke, and we would go visit her. And she was basically, incapacitated. She was, just always laid out, in a hospital bed, but in the house. And so, I mean, that hit me in my heart, man. So when I'm reading this thing, I said, man, I'm going to take this to heart. So we started doing something to raise awareness along with the American Heart Association, and we called it Strike Against Stroke. Now, back in the day, you ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. But I used to be a great bowler. All right. So
Wow.
we used to, yeah, man. Yeah. And I said, great. I'm exaggerating.
Wow.
300, huh?
we all exaggerate. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah.
That's like a fisherman there.
Yeah, right. I caught a fish this big. So I used to bowl a lot when I was, younger. And we decided to do this thing called Strike Against Stroke, hence bowling, strike, so. And what we would do is we would do these events across the country. We'd rent out a bowling alley. We would work with the local radio station, whoever it might be. Say if it was here in New York, we'd work with like WBLS. That's our local station. And what we would do is we'd have people come out to the bowling alley, come have fun. But the American Heart, American Stroke Association come out as well. They do screenings. They give out pamphlets. They, raise the awareness that way. So it was kind of fun and educational at the same time. So that was my contribution to the American Heart Association.
Wow, that is great, man.
That is fantastic, Will.
Got to give back. Got to give back, man.
That's man. Good, wow. Man. So,
wow. Will, I want to just take you a little bit further back to this music thing. I know you've been in this is your 25th album. When you write, has there been a particular song that has a lot more meaning to you that you've written about from experience than some of the others?
Well, I mean, there's been a few like that. I mean, a lot of the songs that I've written have been experiences that, are personal experiences. So songs like Sorry I, that's a personal experience. That's something that I literally went through, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's better out than in, and if you have an outlet, you should write about it. And the thing is with songs like that, people can identify with it, and when we recorded that song, and I say we, me and a gentleman named Rex Ryder had written that song. When we started writing that song, I was going through hell, and it was very therapeutic for me. And oddly enough, when I finished writing it and we released it, the letters that would come in were unbelievable. Like, some women were mad because, it was written the way it was written. And some brothers was kind of like, yo, man, were you there? Like, were you looking in my window? Like, so those are the songs that, are near and dear to me, to the ones like that, where people are genuinely moved by it. Or if I have a song like God Is So Amazing, that's a song that I'd written when I was really ill back in 2006, 2007. And, the doctors had told my family, like, hey, I don't know if dude gonna make it. At the time I had, I had like a serious, I was already down from something else called polymyositis. That was one thing. But then I developed pneumonia, and I had all this fluid in my system, and they kept giving me antibiotics, but the antibiotics weren't working. They were like, hey, he got to cough this stuff out. It was like just phlegm. And I didn't have the strength to cough it out. And they were kind of like, yeah, my man might be, I don't know. We don't get this stuff out of him. He don't cough this stuff up. This could be it. And so with that time that I had, what I thought that I had left, I called a buddy of mine who's a keyboard player, his brother named Noel Goring. I said, hey, man, come by the crib. And he had like a little keyboard, man. And we sat there and we wrote this song. So this was kind of like, my last, testimony. Like, hey, regardless of what happens, God is so amazing. So, we wrote it out. And so when I hear that song to this day, obviously I made it, but I hear that song and it just, it touches me. And hopefully it does the same for others that hear it.
Wow, man, Will, that's a powerful testimony, my man.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, man.
Sure
all I can say is God is so amazing. So we're here. We're talking about it. I'm here for a reason. He woke me up today. There's got to be a reason why. He didn't wake me up to kick my butt. So it's got to be something positive.
Right. Yeah.
So it's got to be a reason why. So, I try to make the best of my time here. And if it means encouraging others with writing a song, then that's what it is.
Man. Wow. Will, you're traveling, you're touring, keeping this pace up. Where do you find balance, man? Like this has been
good.
it's been a journey for you.
That's good.
you're really legendary in this
Hey,
game.
man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But you know, to be able to keep it up, where do you find balance?
When they send those bills to my house.
Go. Yeah, I hear you.
And listen, man, I know people that have real jobs. This ain't no job. You know, I get up, I get on the stage, you know, we travel from city to city, we get up on the stage. I sing for, 75 to 90 minutes or 75 to 120 minutes, 2 hours. I may do that, 2 times in a week. I know people that get up every day at, the dawn's early light and don't get home and until, the sun goes down. I know people that lift rocks for a living. I mean, that's work, so I ain't complaining,
I know that's right. Yeah.
It's a good life, man. And I've been able to sustain making a living at this and supporting my family and paying my bills. Or I call them Williams. They too big to be bills. They too big to be abbreviated. So I make enough money to pay my Williams.
I know that's right.
Hey, man, I give thanks to people like you guys and the people that are watching right now for being the sustainers of that, for being supportive of me and my music all of these years. So I'm grateful, man. So I find the strength. I find the time to make it happen.
I'm gonna flip that a little bit, Will. After COVID and all that's going on, has it been difficult for you to gig and travel?
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting, man. We did a show. Was it last week or week before? We were in Houston. We were actually there when that Travis Scott thing went down.
Yeah.
So we were there like the same day. And we did the show, and I say we, it was me and Gerald Albright. We were on the same show at a venue called the Arena in Houston. And we got there and we did the show, and we're looking into the audience, and we're doing the show. And we look out into the audience, and it was like 50% filled. And I'm seeing all these empty seats. I mean, I'm seeing the people that came out and appreciated the show, but I'm thinking to myself, like, man, we didn't sell any tickets. So, later I called my my booking agent. I said, hey, man, we only did about 50, maybe 60% business. He said, no, you did like 85% business, 85, 90%. I said, wasn't nobody there. He said, people were afraid to come out for one reason or another. One, maybe it might have been because of the scenario that happened in the Travis Scott situation. And in some cases, people just buy their tickets and then they hear about these numbers going up, or, there's a new variant or something like that. And it's kind of like, let them keep the money. We ain't going. So it's been a little bit of that and a little bit of something else. And, but we're out here, we're back to work. Thank God. We were sitting here trying to make the best of every situation like everybody else. We're no different. But glad to be back out on the road doing what we do in front of people. Folks have been appreciative. Most of the venues we're playing have been kind of putting the public at large who's coming to the show. They do the temperature check, or in some cases they make sure that they have their vaccination card. It's verification that they did get vaccinated. So for those who are coming, amen. For those who haven't, done it, hey, man, amen to you too. I understand. I completely understand. But we're back to work doing what we do. So if you hear me coming to a town near you, shamo. In the words of Michael Jackson, shamo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, sir. When you gonna be in Chicago soon, man?
Yeah.
I think
that's what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll be in Chicago. I think I have a city winery. I want to say in April, at the Chicago City Winery. I think we're doing like 3 nights there. So yeah, just check the schedule. We go to willdowning.com, click on tour. It'll tell you. But it's definitely we'll be at the City Winery in Chicago.
Wow,
y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Yeah.
Will, man, it has been an honor, man. Thank you so much for this interview and this time.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes,
man,
sir.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Man, I get outside, man. It's a beautiful day. It's Saturday.
It is a beautiful day. I agree with you.
Yeah, a bunch of football games, a bunch of basketball games on. Go watch some TV. Go out and go. Hey, and if you're young enough to go play, go outside and go play. All right,
right, man, like they used to.
Like we used to. There you go.
I know that's right. Sophisticated Soul, man. Where can people find it? Give us all the platforms where it's located. so they can download.
People can come to theprinceofsophisticatedsoul.com and you can pick up your copy of the album there. We didn't do CDs on this one. We just did digital downloads, and we also did like these USB cards. So it has the artwork on there, and you plug the USB card into a USB slot and it'll pop up if you have one in your car, your computer, whatever. And we also have merchandise there as well. So if you like shirts, hold on, you got 3 seconds. Let me just lean over here.
Yes.
We
The
got
merch.
merch. Sell, Mortimer, sell. Got this,
Nice.
which is
Yeah.
this is our discography shirt. So on this shirt, we have you'll see every album that I've recorded. So it's all 25 to make it look like it is a record. Yeah, so we have them in various sizes, and we have women's shirts and men's shirts, and we got all this stuff there. So come to theprinceofsophisticatedsoul.com and get your copy of the record and buy yourself a shirt or a hat or whatever we got there. So there you go.
Gotta do it. Make sure you go out and get that merch. Man, that's a nice
Get it.
shirt.
Well,
like
brother,
that.
I'm gonna hook you up. I got you covered. Let me see. You about what's that? A medium, right? Your small medium, medium.
Extra large, baby.
Extra
Extra large.
Medium.
Man, thank you so much, Will. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, man. And man, best of luck to you, the family, and your project, man. Oh man,
Thank you.
y'all go out and buy that. Sophisticated Soul. Man,
It was
Will,
an
you
honor, my
gotta
brother.
sing a little bit of that bad boy. That bad boy is hot, man.
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
ladies, watch out. You heard the fellas. Ladies, watch out.
I'm telling you. It's a velvet voice right there.
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. And I'll see you when I come to Chicago.
For sure, for
All
sure.
righty.
Cedric, that's all I got, baby.
All
You
right,
got
we
it.
out of here. Peace out.
All
See
right, Will,
ya.
take care, man. Have a good
You got it. You too,
Later.
man. All right,
Later.
fellas. Later.